we'll get to learn how to make a poultry business plan when we get back. Welcome back to Farm Up. My name is Daniel, and I'm very passionate about poultry farming. I'm passionate about teaching everyone that I can come across about poultry farming so that they might get more information and they won't struggle when they decide to start a poultry farm just like I did. So on this channel, I shall give you all the information you need before you start and what you need in order to run a poultry farm. So please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything, and don't forget to click the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. So, why make a business plan? Well, a business plan acts as a blueprint for your poultry farm. Just like someone who is constructing a house will make a blueprint for the construction of their house, when you make a business plan, it will act as a blueprint to direct you on where you are, where you're going, and what you need to do in order to get to where you want to be. The whole process of making a business plan is such that you identify everything that you need to know before you start the poultry farm. That way, you're less likely to make mistakes once you've already started the farm. The business plan acts as a roadmap. Without a business plan, literally everything you're doing is trial and error, and you don't know where you are. So you're more likely to make a mistake, you won't be able to monitor your progress, and in case you go off course, you won't know that you've gone off course, and hence you're more likely to fail. Now, don't forget that a business plan can be adapted. It's nothing final. Once you make your business plan and then you develop an idea later on during the process, you can always come back to the business plan even after you've started the farm and adapt it or put in your idea after great thought in such a way that it will contribute to your mission and to your final goal. A business plan needs to be as simple as possible. Of course, when you search over the internet, you're going to come across a lot of complex business plans, 50 pages, 100 pages, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to make the business plan as short and simple as possible. Let it be 1 page, maximum 2 pages. You should be able to put it up on your wall somewhere and you can look at it, every day or every week in such a way that you're able to monitor your progress and to notice if you're going off course. Writing a business plan will involve a few things that we're going to discuss in more depth. These are the business name or title, vision or mission, goals or objectives, your product, your unique selling point, target market and competition, marketing, requirements, the people involved, and the financial plan. So let's go in a bit more depth for each of the points. The business name or title. This you can do with or without, but whatsoever business name you choose, you want to use a name that will be easy for people to remember and easily identify with. It's not about being unique. You don't want to go getting a 17-letter Latin word as your company name, all because it's unique and it means laying hens. No one will remember it. So keep it simple and relevant. In this case, we shall use Happy Poultry Farm as our business name. It's simple, but everyone identifies and would want to be associated with happiness. The vision or mission. Now these two are actually different. But don't forget that the purpose of our business plan is for simplicity and to be able to track our farm's success. If you are writing a business plan so that you get funding from investors, you would prefer to separate them and be specific about both of them. But if it's a personal farm, then go ahead and use any of the terms. You'll probably become more specific with time as the farm grows bigger. The vision helps define the farm, what you're striving for, and what you want to achieve. It helps your staff to identify with it. All activities of the farm shall also be aligned with this vision. This will also prevent you from steering off course. The vision of Happy Poultry Farm will be to become the leading provider of high-quality chicken for meat in Country X. With such a vision, all workers will have something to aspire to. Also, it directly identifies the farm as a provider of meat chickens, not eggs, not chicks, not feeds. This guides the activities of the farm in that if, for example, a problem comes up and the meat is not doing as well, the farm will not suddenly decide to start hatching chicks because it's the in thing, but it will find a way of solving the problem with meat provision, and in doing that, not flow with every moving wave. Goals or objectives. The goals you set should motivate you. They can be divided into short term, that's about 3 to 6 months, mid-term, about 1 year, and long-term goals, 3 to 5 years. It is very important that you think big but remain realistic. The goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. An example is if you're starting with 200 broilers. One of the goals can be to produce 500 broilers every 2 weeks in 10 months' time. The goal is specific. It's not vague like to produce many broilers in 10 months' time. It's measurable because we are talking about 500 broilers every 2 weeks. It's attainable. Don't set a goal of having 10,000 broilers next month when you currently only have 200. That's not realistically attainable. The goal should be big enough to inspire you, but not too big that it's completely out of reach. It's relevant to the vision of providing meat and it's time-bound, i.e., we want to see these results in 10 months. The goals should focus on things like the revenue you want, the number of farms or outlets, the number of birds, and always remember to keep them relevant to your vision. Your product, products. What exactly are you going to be selling to the people? Is it eggs, chicken for meat, the meat itself, chicks? Be specific. Try to focus on one product, at most 2. In this case, our product is live broilers for meat. We shall be selling live chickens and not the meat itself. Don't forget that the business plan is adaptable and in the future, we can easily change it if we decide to venture into processing and selling the chicken meat itself. You also need to note down what problem each of the products solves. If the products don't solve any problem in the community, e.g., a lack of constant meat supply, then you are unlikely to succeed and you have to approach the whole process from another perspective. Your unique selling point, target market, and competition. Here you answer questions like, why should the people buy your product and not your competitors? This is the message that you will give out to the customers while marketing, and it shall also be a focus of your everyday proceedings on the farm. For example, our selling point shall be that all our broilers are antibiotic free. You also identify who you shall sell the product to. If you cannot identify who to sell a product to, it most probably is not viable, and you will sit down and think of something else. In our case, we shall sell the broilers to street vendors who roast chicken in the evenings and a few neighboring restaurants. You also need to think about your competition. What are they doing right? What are their weaknesses? What could you improve on so that you are more appealing to customers than they are? Marketing. The question here is, how will you sell your products? First, how will you get people to know about them at the beginning? Will it be by word of mouth? Will you use the local radio, flyers, community meetings? You need to figure this out. You need to plan for every eventuality. For example, in our case, what if the street vendors fail to buy the broilers? What do? You must have it planned out. Requirements. In this section, we talk about all the things you will need to start out the poultry farm. It's not the financial part of the plan. All you need to do is listing. Write down all the items from what you'll need during the brooding to the final stage of the farm. This information you can get from visiting a few farmers around you. You can also watch some of my videos from the link displayed in the upper right corner to find out what you'll need. The people involved. This is a very important stage. Here you note down who will be in charge of the financial aspect of the farm, who will be in charge of the marketing, and who will be in charge of the day-to-day farm operations. You also need to structure the hierarchy so it's well described who reports to who and who do you contact for what particular information. The financial plan. This involves you knowing how much you'll need to start up, where you'll get the finances. It also involves forecasts of revenue and profit at particular landmark times, for example, after a year, 2 years, and the percentage growth or expansion of the farm. Well, I hope you've learned how to make a business plan. In case of any questions, please comment below, leave all your questions below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. And over here, you'll see a playlist with all the videos that I've uploaded on Facebook so far, so you can click on it and watch all my videos about poultry farming. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on the same channel.